Welcome to this very special edition of Roll the Level. My name is Matt, and tonight we are going to be looking at WildStar, free-to-play beta, which it's kind of in process now of closed beta. I was able to get into the closed access, and so we're going to be taking a look tonight at this title as it transitions to free-to-play. Which we'll be having later this year. They're kind of projecting for a fall release of that. And I'm quite excited about this. WildStar is one of those titles that I tried in beta about just over a year ago. Really liked some of the things they were doing. I was a little hesitant about some of the things they were doing, and it's had a bit of a bumpy start. It was initially a pay-to-play model, and it didn't work out for them so well. But actually, I think that's to their benefit because what they're offering in the free-to-play, from what I've been able to tell, is just going to be absolutely awesome. So tonight we're just going to look at some of the features that are coming and kind of dive in there. I'm actually going to start right from scratch with the new character creation, which they've been talking about. So we'll go ahead and click on Create a Character here. And right out of the gate, one of the things I'm loving about this new experience is that it really is catering to a lot of different types of gamers right out of the gate. If you've never played an MMO before, they have a whole tutorial set up for you. You just click that novice button and they'll take you right through everything. Controls, how to navigate, understanding some of the concepts. It's a really great tutorial. If you've done MMOs but never done WildStar, this is a great place to start here with the new to WildStar. It kind of goes through some of those intros into the into the story, what's going on, that type of thing. And then if you have been playing WildStar forever, and by forever I mean the last year or so, and just want to jump in and create a new character, you can actually skip the tutorials and dive right into the Nexus. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to jump into the novice, because this is one of those new features that I have never seen, and I'm kind of curious to how it plays out. So we'll click on the novice button, we'll go to race. Now, right into the gate, one thing I'm loving here that they've really cleaned up is they've kind of laid everything out here. You have there's 8 races total. Well, actually, I guess 7 races if you consider the humans on both sides. Even though the Cassians aren't technically human, they pretty much look human. I'm sure people will argue that point with me, and that's fine. You're more than welcome to. I don't mind being wrong. Anyway, you get obviously the gender choices, the male and the female. Really love how they've done this interface. Then you have the 2 factions. There's the Exiles on this side over here that you see on the left, and then we have the Dominion over on the right side. Now, I'm not going to debate which one's better. Let's say Exiles, but I'm actually going to go with the Exiles just because I like some of the race choices that are available to us there. And I'm actually going to go with the Mordesh, which I'm probably brutally assaulting the pronunciation of that, but that's fine too. So we'll jump in here, and again, you have different classes for each race. One of the things I like is that some of these classes are tied down to race. So depending on your race is whether or not you can play them. So just a quick overview of the classes available. We have the Engineer, which it's really nice how they've laid this out. Kind of gives you an idea of what they do. They're tanked, or they can tank, or they can do range DPS. I've played this class a bit. They're actually a really interesting tanking class. Different types of mechanics, use of bots and stuff if you like DPS. They can even play a nice utility support role, which is a lot of fun. Esper, which unfortunately we cannot be on this tune, is a caster class that can, I believe, heal and do range damage. A lot of really fun things with the Esper. Again, I've played that. As I've probably mentioned in other videos, I'm an ADD gamer, so I've actually played all of these classes in previous, in the actual live client. So then again, we have the Medic over here, healer ranged again. We have the Spell Slinger, likes to heal, likes to shoot things. This is probably one of my favorite classes actually right here. Then we have the Stalker, which we're going to be playing today for no other reason than I haven't played them a whole lot, but I really like the stealth mechanics this class has going for it. It's a melee, DPS, and tanking class. It's an evasion tank for all you evasion tanks out there. It's a really fun class that way. And then last but not least, one of my personal favorites as well, beside the Spell Slinger, would be the Warrior. They are just awesome. I love Warriors. But anyway, for the purpose of the video today, we're going to jump right in as the Stalker. So I'll go ahead and select him. Now, this is an interesting thing that WildStar has. I know there are a few MMOs that kind of have similar systems, but this is the path system. And how this works it's kind of its own XP system, its own leveling system that unlocks specific things depending on the path that you choose. But what I really like about it is that it offers its own side quests, its own kind of missions, things like that, its own rewards. And what's really cool about it is that there's some synergy between each of these paths. And so if I decide that I want to be a settler, as an example, which is this path down here, I can actually set up things in the world buff stations, vendors, things like that other players can actually benefit from, which is really neat. And the same thing with the scientists; they can go in and actually discover things, and experiment on things that then can be used by other classes, other path classes. Same with the explorer and the soldier. And so it's really neat how there's some extra synergy here between these different classes. Again, the soldier does his own thing. I'm actually going to go with the scientist. I really like the scan bot. It's probably one of my favorite little things in here, so we're going to go with that. And then here is where we can get into some crazy customization with these guys. They can look pretty intense. So again, you can go some preferred presets if you like. You can go nuts with that. I mean, it's just to kind of give you an overview real quick. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here. But there are a lot of different facial options that you can choose from. So I'm just going to grab that guy right there. Sorry, I am just flying through this as quickly as I can. So again, a lot of your standard, customization options. We'll keep it generic for now. We'll pull this back. Hairstyle. Kind of got some nice colors. Again, different hairstyles to choose from here. That's kind of fun. I think that's the winner right there, but we'll look through a few more of these anyway so you can get an idea. Again, some of your standard fare for customization, but one of the things, again, that I like about WildStar is just the sci-fi vibe it's got going. So a lot of these races are very alien, and I appreciate that greatly in the game. Now, one thing it looks like by picking the dreads here, these hose-like dreads, is that there's no color, but I believe, yeah, here we go. When you pick eye color here, it actually changes the look of the dreads too, so you can really go nuts with that, which is a lot of fun. So then body type, they have some kind of, I haven't seen a whole lot where you can customize the body type too dramatically independently, but they have some presets. They give you a good range of presets here to choose from. I think we'll kind of go with, I've got nothing. Let's go with that one. Looks fun. All right, and then last but not least, you got different skin tones that you can choose from. So that looks fun. And then you can kind of review everything. We're going to go through the novice experience. And I'm wondering, oh yeah, so that's nice. You can actually go in and change things if you want on the fly here. So just going to throw down a name real quick. Okay, what did I break here? Character first. Next, there we go. All right.
The exiles, driven off their planets by the Dominion, have been desperately searching for a new homeworld while being relentlessly hunted across the stars. But in their darkest hour, they discovered...
So I don't want to give away too much what's going on here. Basically, there are two races that find this awesome planet of awesome, and I don't want to spoil too much for you. Let it load up here real quick. Okay. Alright, and jumping in.
Hello, and
Well, hello.
welcome to the Cryo Awakening Critical. I am Noelia, and I am here to guide you through this process. Please note, should the procedure fail, your body will be placed in cryogenic storage until such time as appropriate medical
Okay,
assistance
that's
can
encouraging.
be provided.
So if you break yourself, we'll just stick you in a freezer until someone can fix you. Alright, so like I say, I have never actually gone through this, so we'll see how this goes.
So I may examine your nervous system for abnormalities.
Okay.
Statistically speaking, you should be fine.
Alright, so one of the things that they've done that I really like about this, there used to be a sprint system in the game that basically essentially you would hold down the sprint button and you could run for a certain amount of time. And one of the things they did with the free-to-play transition is that they actually just took the sprint mechanic out and made that the normal run speed when you're out of combat, which is just absolutely wonderful. So so that's kind of been a nice mechanic change, because again it was almost frustrating. Like you'd want to run all the time and then you'd have to wait for your sprint thing to recharge. So this is again pretty standard fare. If you've never played an MMO, this actually is a pretty good tutorial by the looks of it. They walk you through it all. I'm kind of flying through it all here real quick.
You are doing a marvelous job.
All right.
I rarely see participants do this well.
Don't care. Alright, so one of the things about this game that I really love is that you can use a classic like tab target system to attack mobs, or you can just start hitting buttons. And for me, that is absolutely wonderful. I love just being able to mash buttons and kill things, and that's one thing WildStar really gives you a lot of freedom to do. They have this telegraph system that is just absolutely awesome. Wasn't paying attention. Okay, there we go. Anyway, they have this telegraph system in the game, and you can tell even now as I'm kind of attacking that there's this arc on the floor. And that indicates the range in which I will hit things, and it's just a wonderful system. Some people have griped about it. I personally love it. It just really is that kind of feels like an action Twitch system, which is really nice. Okay. Yay for us. Anyway, the telegraph system is great because it allows you to see what you're hitting and the actual range. It's a little more about skill set versus stats. I mean, stats are still very, very important to the game. But it's a little more about your ability to play and less about the math. Don't get me wrong, you can still get trumped by good math and good stats, but at the end of the day, being able to actually maneuver and dodge and all those things really do matter in this game, which I really appreciate.
The Archship Gambler's Ruin has arrived in the next
cool, that's great. Alright, so here we are in the, looks like the actual tutorial that you'd normally get. One thing I noted in here, I haven't actually done it, but you can boost right to 50 if you want to see endgame in the beta, which is really nice.
I ain't one to ask for help.
That's awesome.
I got no damn choice.
So anyway, so we're gonna run down here and do some of these beginner quests here and see how this goes. Oh yeah, another mechanic that's really nice about this game is the use of a double jump. Sorry, I'm skipping cut screens intentionally because I don't, if you haven't played and you're waiting to play, I don't want to ruin that for you. Just know that stuff is happening and you're helping. One mechanic I really like in this game is double jump. That is just an absolutely wonderful mechanic in this game that I really like. Now, one thing I've noted already in this is that the tutorial area is much shorter than it used to be. It looks like they've probably chunked, just in this beginning area here, 1 or 2 quests right out of the beginning, which is kind of nice. Because as someone who's played every class, that does get a little long in the tooth after a while. I think there's actually a point here. I'm just not paying attention to what we're supposed to be doing. Here, go straight to the... okay, here we go. So we're going to run up here. Jump in through here. One thing you'll note that I'm doing with the Stalker class is they have the ability to stealth, which is really fun. Cut screen spoilers! Sorry. They have the ability to stealth, and it's great. You can actually stealth in combat, jump in and out of stealth. There's a bit of a cooldown on it, but it refreshes when you end combat, which is great. So I'll show you a little more of that in action. This class excels at just crit hitting the crap out of things. So we're gonna go in here and sneak in and ninja everything.
Actually, I know it isn't.
Just get behind this guy. So if you can double dive out of the way here or get shot. Another mechanic too is the ability to dodge things, which is really, really, really useful in this game. Later on when you get into dungeons, if you don't learn how to dodge, you will die. It's a guarantee. I guarantee it. You can have the mat guarantee on that. If you can't dodge, you'll die. It's just, it is so crucial in this game to dodge incoming telegraphs and things like that. So let's just get through this tutorial real quick, because I want to look at some of the interface changes too here. Actually, why don't we take a minute once we get through this video here. Alright, and we'll talk about some of the interface changes that are, or I guess things they've added, which has been really good. So they now have a thing called the login rewards. This is a great thing. I actually logged in yesterday, and they give you new rewards every day. So again, survival kits contain all sorts of fun little goodies, foods, potions, things like that. So today we're actually going to go ahead and claim whatever day 2 is, and we'll take a look at that. And you can claim, looks like this. So if you log in for 10 days, looks like you get a companion pet. It looks like every 10 days they kind of give you a nice little shot in the arm here. So what's this one? That's a headpiece. Day 30 is a bush for your housing. Housing is a whole thing in and of itself that we won't get to today, but let me tell you, it's absolutely incredible. Day 50, apparently you can get a welder. Awesome. Okay. Looks like a vendor. What's this one? Mount customization. That's another thing that's really cool about this game is you can actually customize mounts, which we will be able to. I think I can show you tonight some of the mounts that are in the game. So we get different things. Anyway, you get the idea that they've got actually some pretty nice login rewards. So some things they've cleaned up dramatically. We're going to pull it up here. So account inventory, I think they've consolidated this. I'm trying to remember what the live version looks like. They have a bunch of new credit systems in here. So the fortune coins, which we won't get into much, orbits, or sorry, omnibits, not orbits. or bits are candy. Omnibits, which are used to buy things in the store. The PTR NC, the N coins are basically what you would pay real money for that you could use in the store as well. So you can collect Omnibits just by playing the game. Grinding mobs, doing quests, things like that, and you can spend those in the store, or you can buy N coins and spend those in the store, which we'll look at in a few minutes. And then loyalty points are another thing that we have that we'll take a look at. And then, as someone who's been playing a while, I do have some unlocks for my account that I can basically bind to any of the characters I create. So I'll just show you this, so I can bind that eye patch to my character. We're going to actually bind. I'm not going to get into too much. I'll bind a pet to show you that real quick. And then I will bind a mount, show you that as well. There are a ton of mounts in this game. I'm not going to get into all of them right now, but there are a ton of mounts to work with. So just pull up inventory real quick. I'm doing everything from the side menu just because I don't know what the standard hotkeys are, because I always change them, and I haven't yet. So we'll bind all these to the account real quick, show you how some of these things work. So work with the character here. So one really cool thing here, so this is your character screen, stats. One thing to make note is they've really cleaned up the stats in this game. There used to be things like Moxie and Tech and all these different things, and they've kind of streamlined that process for the free-to-play conversion, which I'm quite excited about. Things just make more sense now, like physical mitigation, technical mitigation, stuff like that. Glance, chance, all those things make a little more sense than things like Moxie. Moxie was a very that was one of, I think, the hardest things when I started playing WildStar, was just transitioning into some of those terms. I just didn't know what they meant, and they meant different things for different classes, and it was a very confusing thing, the way some of their stats worked. And one thing I will say about these devs is, since day one, they've really been working to change things, based on player feedback, based on what they're hearing. And it's been really good. So this is actually what I'm going to show you, is the Hollow Wardrobe. So cool thing about the Hollow Wardrobe is you can actually select a slot, and you can import anything you're currently wearing or currently have on your character. So right now I'm actually wearing that eye socket, but what I could do is I could actually choose to, if I can figure out how to do this, remember how to do this. Oh, here we go. So select a costume, and then I now have that eye patch in my costume Hollow Wardrobe. So I can, any character I have, I can select that eye patch. I don't have to bring it in every time. It'll actually be there for every character. And if I had any dies, which I think I actually do have some dies here. Oops, that was the wrong button. Let me just pull up my rewards. I think it's this button. Here we go. I think I have a die. Here we go, Northern Lights. So we'll bind that real quick. Pull up the inventory. That's my inventory. Maybe. Or not. Not sure what's that. Oh, maybe I have to close that. Oh, there we go. That's what it was. My bad. I broke it. Alright, so we'll go back into the Hollow Wardrobe here. Select our costume. So then we could actually make this all Northern Lightish, which you can see. It might be a little more visible on this, though. Yeah, so you can see that kind of that purple change there. And you can collect dice through the game. My understanding is they're now going to be account bound. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be account bound. So that's kind of a fun feature there. What else did I want to show you? I can't do mounts here. I'll have to wait till we're on the planet, but I can show you the store. So this is the store in beta. Remember, none of these prices are final. None of these things are final, but at least gives you an idea of what you have to look forward to. And there are some nice things to look forward to. The first thing I want to show you and kind of highlight is the loyalty program that is here. Loyalty, my understanding of the loyalty program is basically, if you're a subscriber or you're spending money in their store, you're gaining loyalty. At every level of loyalty, you unlock new things. So the Northern Lights die is what I have currently unlocked, and then there were things previous that I had unlocked as well. And it's just a great kind of little perk for, hey, thanks for supporting us, let's give you some more free stuff, which always goes over well with me. I love free stuff. So anyway, so outside that, we've got they've got their signature. This is what the signature players, signature being subscribers, anybody that subscribes or uses cred or uses game cards to kind of add more time to their account, they get all of these extra services. Now, from what I've read of this and what I've seen of this and what I've heard of this, these are really just perks. I haven't seen anything that has really make it or break it for free to play versus going signature. At least for me, everything in the free, I think you could definitely get by in this game as a free to play player and not feel like you're hitting a paywall every 2 seconds. As someone who's played a lot of MMOs and a lot of free-to-play MMOs, I've gotten this this routine of very early on deciding whether or not it's a good play, free to play model or not. Again, obviously that's personal opinion, but games that make me feel like I can't play unless I pay money are just not a great free-to-play model. Games that make me feel like I want to spend money because I'm loving this experience and I want to invest in it, that is a good free-to-play model. And what I'm seeing here, is encouraging to me. It's looking like they're getting that. I look at this model and I see a lot of Rift influence here, to be completely honest with you. The loyalty program is a great example of that. Their signature program has a lot of the same kind of concepts that Rift does with the extra this and the extra that, the percentage increases and things like that. And I like that. I played Rift for probably 2 years and loved it because I didn't have to spend money if I didn't want to. But I was having such a great time playing, I wanted to spend money on their game. And that's a testament to a good free-to-play model. And again, this is still beta, but from what I'm seeing, I feel like they're going in the right direction. But I'll stop talking about that and show you some of the shiny stuff they have in the store. Sorry about that. So first thing we're going to look at is some of the some of the things they have. This is one of the mounts you could get. I am not spending money on mounts right now, even though it is this is all just beta. I don't want to spend my money there, and I'll show you why in a second. A few different costumes they have here. It looks like one thing I'm liking about the costume specifically is that when you buy it once, it's good for all of your characters, which makes me very happy. Another thing I like is you can actually preview it on your own character, which is really fun. So it's kind of a nice little thing there. It works well with the holo wardrobe. It makes me happy. I hate having to buy the same thing for 6 characters. It irritates me. But this right here is actually why I'm not spending my money on on a mount, because the weapons look awesome. I'm actually going to pick this up today, so we're going to try this whole thing out. I am really excited to try that on a spell slinger, I'm not going to lie. That gun just looks absolutely incredible. But anyway, so let's go ahead and purchase this weapon set because it's sweet. So we're going to go ahead and purchase that. So we're going to continue shopping, so we now have that in there. We'll take a look at that in a minute. So they have a couple dies on here. And again, this is not a full list of what they'll offer. I think these are just some samples so they could test out how the system worked. So it looks like they have a bed in here, which is awesome. This bundle contains several items. Nice. Again, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to look at housing tonight. I would have to get to level 15. I guess I could do a level 50 upgrade. Maybe I'll do that in another video and show you some housing stuff. But for tonight, I just want to kind of give you a glimpse of some of the things there. Trust me when I say that their housing is probably one of the best systems I've seen in a game. That's an awesome preview window. Anyway, it's a very robust system. It's got a lot of beautiful options and a lot of customization. So anyway, so it's good. I think we just have that one ground. Oh no, I guess we have this mount. That's a pretty awesome bike. I'm not going to lie, that I may spend some money on that later, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. So then you get your standard consumables. What's this? Flask of the Harvest. 10% chance to receive extra materials from harvesting. Nice. So there's some great quality of life things if you're a crafter. I personally don't feel like that's a pay-to-win thing. I think it's just a convenience for people that don't want to play the standard way. And again, the nice thing about this is they give you the option to spend Omni Bits or N coin. I want to keep calling it NC coin, but it's really N coin. So there's some great options there for that. You can go either way, so you're not having to shell out money if you don't want to. So let me get some account unlocks. Let's see what's available here. Auction houses. So obviously this is if you aren't signature. You want to go free to play. You could slowly but surely work your way towards some of those unlocks, which would be nice. So we look like auctions, camaraderie orders, wardrobes. So standard fare stuff. This is pretty awesome. Oh, costume versus character. Okay, gotcha. And then crafting, some conveniences, harvesting multi-tool. What's this do? It's for all. This purchase can only be applied to a single character. Okay, that's kind of fun. And then rune serves as personal. Rune summon a portable table. Duration 3 minutes. Well, that's kind of fun. Okay. A rune crafting is a really cool element of this game. It's just an augmentation system that works with armor. It'd be like jeweling in most fantasy MMOs. It's a great system. I like it. It was a little complicated at first, but once I got into it, it wasn't too bad. And then they have lockbox keys. That is a thing. I haven't done a lot with service tokens yet. I actually don't know what that is. Chop shop manage rune slots. Okay, so it looks like you would need these to manage, recall, reroll, and unlocks. Okay, so it looks like just some standard stuff to bypass your normal things. It doesn't look like these are must. items. It looks like more of convenience things from what I'm seeing, which is something that Carbine's been pushing a lot, is they really just want this to be a place of convenience. Anyway, that's enough of the store. I want to pick up shiny things and look at it, so let's take a look. I think it actually went right to my wardrobe, so let's take a look and see if that... Hollow wardrobe. Here it is, right here. Let's go weapon slot. Costume 1. Alright. I don't know why it will not let me do this. Nope. Nope. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm still figuring... Oh, you know what? I may have to go right into my account and figure this out now that I've opened like 10 windows. You cannot claim this. Oh, I've already claimed that item. Retro blade. That's the bike. Oh, wait. What's this? Oh, here we go. Bind to account. Okay. Again, guys, I'm learning this for the first time, so this is all new. Oh, perfect. All right, here we go. So I need to find the one that works for me. Stalker, and we're gonna bind to character. And the nice thing too is that with these, it doesn't. My understanding is it doesn't just bind. Like I could create another stalker. My understanding of this, anyways, I can create another stalker and then grab that wardrobe item again if I wanted to. Sorry, I opened several windows in this process. Oh, it's probably actually in my... Here we go. And we're going to add that to wardrobe. Perfect. And then we're going to purchase that. Boom. So now we can take a look at those. I have no idea how to draw my weapons, though. I think if I go stealth, it does. Anyway, we'll get in combat. You will see them. So that's the store up front, which is really nice. I'm sure there's something important here that I was supposed to pay attention to. Alright, so it looks like I just hit level 2, which is awesome. Alright, one thing, again, I really like in this game is they highlight all the new features for every level. So I got a new class ability, I unlocked a second weapon slot down here, an attribute increase and all that stuff. So we'll take a look and actually look at the action set builder. One thing that's great about this game is that on the fly, as long as you're not in combat, you can actually swap out abilities. You'll unlock all of these things as you go. And abilities are broken down into assault, the support, and utility. You can kind of figure out how that works on your own. But basically, you can build all these sets, and you can actually, as you level, unlock multiple action sets. So if you want a tanking set from when you're in dungeons, but then want a DPS set from when you're out in the field, it's literally as easy as just clicking the extra, the over arrow and hitting use set, and you've got the whole other set. I don't actually know what the max slots are, action sets are. I've not gotten that far, to be honest, but it really does give you a lot of customization. It allows you to mess around and break things and kind of go nuts with it, so it's really fun. Later on we'll actually get ability tier points, and we can actually start leveling these abilities, which is really nice too. Just another layer of customization. And then on top of that, eventually we will get amp points, which we can spend on the amps tree. I don't actually know if that's what it's called, but I'm going to go with it. I'll say it with confidence and you'll believe me. This is the amp tree. But anyway, what's in here is this allows you to, again, further customize how your character plays. And it's broken down into, you can kind of see how the wheelhouse works here. We've got assault in here with things like assault power, crit hit, and I think that's crit hit, and then this is by chance, and then that's how much damage you do. Then we kind of transition into support, so you start seeing things like strike through, life steal, then you're full deflect, support power, all these different things as you kind of go around. They've got a whole hybrid setup in here. Really gives you a lot of customization. Again, that's one thing they've really been improving since launch, I believe, is just the amount of customization to the game. So we'll just run down here real quick. Okay, so we're going to fight this guy. Sorry, I'm intentionally not going to stealth because I want to see how these blades look. Look at those things. Those are pretty. So you see that telegraph on the ground? He's going to attempt to attack. I'm actually going to run around that. Get out of the way. Check those blades out. Those are amazing. Look like a single blade razor blade or something. Alright, so we stealthed out before that guy could attack. We'll sneak in here and nuke that guy. So again, moving around a lot because I'm ADD, not because you need to. I have no idea what the button is to collect stuff, so we'll go with it. There is a button to vacuum loot. I just don't want to take the time to figure it out because I'm lazy that way. Alright, so we'll sneak in here. So if you can get far enough back, you can actually drop to stealth again, and they will lose sight of you, which is awesome because some of your abilities as the stalker do more damage from stealth, and so it kind of allows you to get that second crit hit in. which is just awesome.
When a queen says critical situation, it's probably a good idea to listen.
Awesome. Okay, so let's just sneak through here. I feel like I have spent enough time in this tutorial. Let's blow through this. Okay. So again, as someone who's played through the tutorial several times, this is such a refined process now. I really like how much they've streamlined this. Gives you enough time to get the story, but you don't feel like you're beating your head off the wall doing this, which is just absolutely great. Again, sorry, I'm intentionally blowing through this because I don't want to waste too much more time in here, and this video is already long enough. So, but I do want to get down to the ground and show you some of the fun things down there. So. And I'd like to get to a point where I can show you mounts. Mounts are fun. And yes, these are vegetables following me around. Okay, I need one more vegetable. There we go. Okay. Now, one thing they had talked about in here when they were making this transition was that when you were in combat, you were still supposed to have the sprint ability, because when you drop into combat, you lose the ability to sprint. But I'm not seeing that, so that may have been something that they dropped or just scratched altogether. I don't know. I've been trying to pay attention to what's been going on with all the changes, but I haven't read anything in the last couple weeks since I've been away. So, all right, so here we go. We got ground mounts, we got mount customization, hoverboards, which are awesome. You know, action set builders allow you to swap out things. It's got a whole whack of cool stuff. So that's kind of what we have on this level. So we're just going to blow through this. I still can't use my mount because I am indoors. Oh, wait, maybe I can. Can I show you a mount here? Because that would be stellar. So this is just one of many awesome mounts in this game. And mounts can totally double jump too, which is exciting. So yeah, this is a thing. It's awesome. I really like just the unique mounts that are in this game. It's incredible some of the things that they've built. You get everything from what you just saw to like hoverboards to motorcycles to you name it, it's in there. Oh, another mechanic that's really great in this game is the stun. Every class has at least 1 or 2 stuns, and they are crucial to gameplay. You know, in most MMOs I've played nowadays, stun mechanics are more a convenience item than anything. It's just, I don't know, we've almost gone to easy mode with dungeons and raids. Not every raid, but a lot of them feel that way. And one thing I've really enjoyed about WildStar, and one thing I hope they continue to carry on, which they've talked about doing, is just that, you know, just the element of needing all of these things to actually be successful in combat. And stuns are definitely one of those things you need. You'll get to kind of elite mobs later on, and actually we're going to fight one here in a minute. You can kind of see him in the distance there, that monster over there, the Eradicator Warbot, and he'll actually have extra layers of armor, which it looks like we're going right now to fight him. And the only way to break that armor is to use your stuns, and in some cases you actually need multiple group members to completely break his armor. Now it's not so bad here, I can get away without having to, but when you get into some of those dungeons, if your group does not pay attention, does not use their stuns, does not get out of the way of, you know, the death pancakes on the floor, you will definitely wipe, and that is okay. It's a good thing. So you can see here his armor is actually broken, which is good. It's caused a legitimate stun on a boss, which is something you don't see very often. Okay, so you can see the telegraph on the ground. I'm actually going to stealth out here, wait for him to finish that, and then I'm going to run over here and just hit him again. Try to stay out of all those big hits. We can pan right out here so you can really see the telegram on the floor. So you can see that time it didn't break his armor. If there were another couple people here and we were using our stuns together, we definitely would have gone through that. Come on, there we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, he hit me anyway. It doesn't matter. So that's kind of how that mechanic works. It's really good, really fun in dungeons. There are some dungeon bosses where if you don't use that, you're toast. And I like it. It's good to have a little more challenge in dungeons. You know, actually using CC is just a wonderful thing. So it's good. So we'll go and actually, you know, finish up this video. I just want to give you a brief kind of overview. But we're actually going to head down to the planet here in a second. So I think we have to talk to this guy. Let's see what happens. Not a thing. Awesome. Okay. Oh, here we go. I was just waiting for her to spawn.
I hope you'll continue helping, and not just.
Alright, and so that kind of ends the tutorial area. That's just a quick overview of some of the features they've added. Like I say, bringing the, you know, Oops, let's just jump through that video. The store, the refining the attributes a little bit that you receive, the action sets, all those things are just some great features. Some they've had, some they've refined. This tutorial has just been so much faster than it's ever been. It's just a great thing. But those are just some of the things to look forward to. There are a lot more things we can touch on, a lot more endgame things we could touch on, but I just want to give you a quick overview of some of the things that are coming down the pipe for WildStar as it transitions into a free-to-play model. I really encourage you to check it out. I'm sure we'll have a few more videos on WildStar before the free-to-play release here on Roll the Level. And remember to check out our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, and check us out on YouTube. We are on YouTube now. You can search us, Roll the Level. We're starting to produce some video up there for you guys to take a look at. And today, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to look at this quick overview of WildStar. There's so much we could cover, but we just want to give you a quick taste of some of the things to come. And thanks so much for watching. I'm Matt, and have a good one.